You're being lied to. Every day, unsuspecting plant enthusiasts fall victim to one of the houseplant industry's biggest dirty secrets. I'm going to expose the shocking truth behind the claims made by nurseries the world over selling houseplants every single day. For years, we've been told that houseplants have the extraordinary power to purify the air in our homes. But have you ever brought these plants home and wondered why your houseplants haven't lived up to their air purifying promises, or why you still suffer from poor indoor air quality? What if I told you these claims were simply untrue? I'm going to unveil the reality behind these marketing tactics employed by nurseries and reveal the truth about houseplants and their alleged air purification abilities. This concept of air purifying plants has been popularized by lots of plant growers all over the world, including Air So Pure, the brand I always see in my local garden centres and big box stores. Their website sets out their agenda. They say air quality is crucial for our health and harmful substances are emitted in our homes by various sources including furniture, clothes, paint, printers and people, and this can negatively affect the air we breathe. They recommend that for good air purification you simply need 4 to 6 of their specific plants per 30 square meters and you're good to go. They then go on to say that there's been scientific research which reveals that certain plants have the ability to produce oxygen and absorb pollutants. Their claims are backed up by scientific research, so it must be true, right? Their claim is that specific plants have the remarkable ability to neutralize harmful gases by absorbing and breaking them down. I quote directly from their website, "The Air So Pure plants provide better air indoors to feel more comfortable in." Now, this next bit is where it gets interesting and the thing these companies have clung onto as a means to sell their plants. In their section about research into air purification, they quote a NASA study from the 1980s which showed that some specific plants were able to convert CO2 into oxygen and reduce the level of pollutants in the air. In fact, and I quote, "After these plants were in the testing room for several days, the test subjects' complaints disappeared on their own." Let's talk about that NASA study a bit because it's quite enlightening when you actually look into it. There was indeed a study led by NASA scientist Bill Wolverton in 1989 that studied the potential of indoor plants in purifying the air by removing pollutants. They tested some common house plants in a controlled laboratory setting and exposed the plants to specific pollutants and measured the rate at which the plants removed these pollutants from the air. The study focused on the ability of plants to remove chemicals such as formaldehyde and benzene, which are commonly found in indoor environments. They found that certain houseplants could effectively remove these specific pollutants from the air through a process called photoremediation. Plants were able to absorb pollutants through their leaves and roots, metabolizing or breaking them down into harmless byproducts. The study highlighted that different plant species varied in their effectiveness at removing different pollutants. Some of the plants that demonstrated high air purifying capabilities in the study included the peace lily, snake plant and the English ivy. All good, right? Where's the issue? Well, there's more to it than meets the eye. The study had its issues. First, the study was fairly limited in that it only tested 12 specific plants. It is possible that other plants may be more effective at removing pollutants from the air, but we just don't know. And second, the study only tested 2 pollutants, formaldehyde and benzene. Again, it's possible that houseplants may be effective at removing other pollutants as well. And third, and perhaps most importantly, the study was conducted in a laboratory setting where the levels of pollutants were controlled. It is more than possible that houseplants may be less effective at removing pollutants in a real-world environment, such as our homes, where the levels of pollutants are more variable. The study was also very short-term, did not measure the long-term effects of houseplants on air quality. Overall, the NASA study did provide some evidence that houseplants may be able to remove some pollutants from the air in a controlled laboratory environment, but you would say it was inconclusive at best for removing pollutants from our homes. So have there been any studies since? Well, yes there have. The Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory conducted a study in the year 2000 in a laboratory setting called the effects of interior plants on indoor air quality. The researchers placed a variety of houseplants in a sealed chamber that was filled with pollutants. The researchers then measured the levels of pollutants in the chamber over time. The researchers found that the level of pollutants in the chamber remained the same, even when a large number of plants were placed in the chamber. The researchers also found that the type of plant did not affect the results, perhaps suggesting that all houseplants are equally ineffective at removing volatile pollutants from the air. Then we have a study, the effectiveness of houseplants in removing indoor air pollutants in 2008 by the University of California. Again, the study was also conducted in a laboratory setting. The researchers placed a variety of houseplants in a sealed chamber that was filled with different pollutants including formaldehyde, benzene and toluene. They found that houseplants were most effective at removing formaldehyde from the air. However, the researchers also found that houseplants were not effective at removing other pollutants such as benzene and toluene. It also concluded, however, that it would take a very large number of plants to make a significant difference in the air quality of a room. And finally, we have the role of indoor plants in indoor air quality, published in 2012 by the University of British Columbia. Crucially, this one was conducted in a real-world setting. The researchers measured the level of pollutants in a number of homes, both with and without houseplants. The researchers found that the level of pollutants were slightly lower in homes with houseplants, but that the difference was not statistically significant. They concluded that houseplants are not an effective way to improve air quality of a home. They also concluded, perhaps unsurprisingly, that other methods such as using an air purifier or opening windows and doors are more effective at improving air quality. In short, these studies, and many more, have challenged the myth that houseplants purify the air and suggest that houseplants are not an effective way to meaningfully improve air quality. One of the key factors is the relatively low absorption rates of houseplants compared to dedicated air purifiers or ventilation systems. Also, the surface area of leaves where absorption occurs is small compared to the volume of air in a room. These factors limit the overall impact houseplants can have on air purification. The importance of air circulation can't be ignored. Stagnant air can restrict the movement of pollutants towards plants, reducing their effectiveness in purifying the air. Density of plants within a space has a massive impact on their ability to contribute to air purification, if at all. The studies since the NASA one have suggested that you need plants in the hundreds, if not thousands, to have any meaningful impact. So why do garden centres still sell plants on the basis they purify the air in your home? Simply to increase sales. Garden centres promote air purification claims in order to sell more plants. If people believe that plants can purify the air, they'll be more likely to buy more plants. They also do it to provide a selling point. They promote air purification claims as a way to differentiate themselves from other garden centres. If a garden centre can claim that its plants can purify the air, it may be able to attract more customers. And it also taps into a growing market. The myth continues to grow, and there are tons of articles and videos misunderstanding the original study by NASA and selling the idea. Garden centres and growers have been able to tap into this market and sell more plants by attracting customers who are looking for ways to improve the air quality in their homes. While houseplants may not be the ultimate air purifiers, they can still play a complementary role. Houseplants have been shown to provide psychological benefits and may contribute to a more pleasant indoor environment. So feel free to include them as part of your overall indoor air quality improvement strategy. If you like the channel and would be interested in getting a bonus planty video every Sunday, plus access to our exclusive Discord chat server, then why not check out my Patreon page that I'll leave a link to up here.